Hi everyone. So today we'll be looking at how to prepare culture media. I know that before you can start anything in the lab, you need to prepare your media, be it a general purpose media such as NA or SDA, a selective media, or a differential media. So I would be working on MSA, Monitor Soft Agar. Remember, if you're yet to watch my previous video where I talked about different types of media, you can go over and watch it so you would know what MSA is about. Monitor Salt Agar is both a selective and a differential media. Now we'll be looking at how to prepare mannitol salt agar. I'll be preparing 150 ml of this. This is what the container of mannitol salt agar looks like. We have different manufacturers, so it must not be this. So disclaimer, this is not an advert, it's just the type of media I'll be using. So we have mannitol salt agar, and on the container of every agar, you have the manufacturer's instruction. Here, it is very important that you read the manufacturer's instruction before you prepare the media. Very important. The importance cannot be overemphasized because this would help you in knowing how to prepare the media. Different manufacturers have different instruction based on what they want and how they prepared the media. So please, very important, take notes. Now, based on the manufacturer's instruction, I have to dissolve 111 grams in 1000 ml of distilled water. That is if I want to prepare 1000 ml. But in this case, I want to prepare 150 ml. So this is the water, my distilled water in my measuring cylinder, 150 ml of water. So I have to also do the maths. If 111 grams is used for 1000 ml, how many grams will be used for 150 ml? And according to our math, it is 16.65 grams. So we'll be measuring 16.65 grams, and because some of the powder might be fixed on the aluminium foil, I will just do a little over 16.65. So I'll be measuring 16.7 of our culture media. To measure, you need a weighing scale to measure. So now we have this. This is an electronic scale. You can see it's already reading on its own due to the air that is just wavering everywhere. I have my aluminium foil. I can use my aluminium foil or I use my beaker or whatsoever, but I just want to use my aluminium foil to be easier for me. The first thing I do is I have to zero everything, make sure everything, both the aluminium foil, the air, everything around it is zeroed, and you use your tar for it. So now you can see everything is on zero. Now I can start measuring, putting my media to 16.7. So because of the air, it keeps fluctuating. Whenever it's like that, just zero it again. So I think I can work with this. Ultimately, we can say we have our 16.7. The next thing is, this is my conical flask. Remember, in my previous video, I talked about the instruments that are needed in a lab. Some persons might ask, since the manufacturer's instruction, the calculations, you have 16.67, why did you make it 16.7? Definitely, there are some powder that are on this foil. There are also some on the spatula that I can't completely remove. So all these are reductions in my powder, and there would also be a minus to my work. That was why I increased it, so that plus or minus I will still have the correct measurements that I need. So according to this instruction here, um in 1000 ml of water, so in my 150 ml, then boil to dissolve the what? The medium completely. So the next thing, this is my distilled water in my measuring cylinder, and if you check well, this is 150 ml. 150 ml. So I will just pour. The next thing is for me to boil to dissolve. If you check well, you see there are still particles here and there that are not completely boiled. So for me to make sure that when I sterilize, I would have a homogeneous media, I have to boil because the manufacturer said boil. Please watch your liquid, because if you are not careful, it might just boil up and everything gets spoiled. My liquid is all boiled. The next thing is for me to put in an autoclave. The manufacturer's instruction also, after boiling up, we'll have to sterilize in an autoclave. The reason for sterilization is there are lots of microorganisms definitely in this medium, and we can't work with it that way. So we have 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. That is why we need to put it in an autoclave. So after autoclaving, we can then use it for our further analysis. I hope you have learned how to prepare your media. Until I come your way in my next video, do take care. Bye.